Hey everyone, how are we? Looks like we are alive and well on Instagram. If you could give me a thumbs up, let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. That would be greatly appreciated. Welcome everyone on TikTok. How are you guys? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me and see me all right from TikTok. Okay, thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. And welcome everyone on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium. Same thing. If you could give me a thumbs up, let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Okay, you guys, we are doing this show is ridiculously fun. It is brand new. It is fresh. I love a challenge, but I am learning. So please be patient. I ran a test show recently for this. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. And you guys ate it up, which was awesome. And so I have officially added it to the 2026 show lineup. And I've only done these types of readings one other time, and that was at the test show. So this is new to me. This is not something I typically offer, and I really enjoyed it. So I find it fascinating. Thank you again for the hearts on TikTok. Please keep them coming. But sometimes when I'm learning something brand new, I can be a little bit slow. I'm receiving my messages. So thank you for being patient. Now, I do encourage you guys to drop your $10 donation at this time because we do have a line sort of building up. Okay. So we have people who drop their early donations like over the course of the week, and then you would be coming in after them. All right. Now, if you have to go, it's not a problem. Don't feel like you have to stay here to listen to your reading. You're more than welcome. I love having you here, and it certainly helps my channel. But if you have to go, you can watch the replay. So once this is published exclusively on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, this should go up in about 24 hours. And it'll be time stamped. So Diana, my beautiful producer, is going to put when your reading was in the comment section, and we'll pin it to the top. So you can go back and rewatch. You can watch it for the first time. So again, you guys don't feel like you have to sit in here. I love having you though. Now, if you are here, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment of any kind. It really does help me out in the algorithm, but I would love to hear where you're tuning in from, especially. So let me know. Please do share this video. I'm sure there's someone who follows you on social media who would like to have some fun tonight. Can't guarantee what the message is going to be, but it's fascinating nonetheless. And it's always good to have a set of eyes, you know, in the back of our head. So there's that. Please do share this. And also, if you are here on YouTube, there's a hype button. So if you could hit that, okay, I'd appreciate it. Esmeralda Marie Rivera is joining us. Hello, Ezzy. Hi, Mama. I do want to pull a chair over for her. Hold on, because she was, would you like a chair? Do you want to join us? I don't know where she was. I think she was in the attic. Let me pull a chair over here for her. She probably won't use it, but that's hardly the point. The last spot we were in, we were sitting on a couch. Here, Ezzy, here you go. And she could sit right next to me. She's a big old ham bone. So if she can get right up on the table, she'll do that too. But there's really not room for her up here. So we'll see. No, I bring it over. She leaves. Whatever. All right, you guys, we are going to make a couple quick announcements. Then we're going to go ahead and get into this today. My first Ivy League Psychic Fair of the spring season is this Sunday, April 26th. At Margin Manor Winery. Pre-booking is now open. So if you want to go check out the hauntingly beautiful manor, she's doing ghost stories. She's been on TV a handful of times with the ghost hunters and whatnot. The property is phenomenal, especially this time of year. So you may just want to go check that out. She's also featuring a lot of local artists. And so you could do some shopping, wine tasting, come alone or with some friends. And then I will be hosting an Ivy League Psychic Fair there. Now I am sold out, but I'm bringing some of my readers certified from the Ivy League Psychic Academy, and they do have openings. So if you go on to Ivy Rivera psychicmedium.com, you could pre-book with your reader up to 3 slots per person, or you could try your hand at a walk-in. So we hope to see you there. Thank God it's spring. Our very first psychic fair of this season. There will be many more. If you want to book also your own psychic fair, if you're, a business owner, we do corporate events, or me for a party, okay, bachelorette party, whatever, family reunion, whatever you've going on, go on to my website for that as well. The Dreams class registration is now open. This is one of my favorite classes to teach. You guys who have been following me for a while, I'm obsessed with symbology, dream analysis, things like this. So it's always available. You don't have to wait, but I am refilming it and teaching it fresh to my psychic mediumship students. It's going to be open to the public. All right. So Dreams class is Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. You can do video download or you can attend with us online. I'm going to be covering everything: subconscious dreaming, lucid, astral travel, prophecy, so prophetic dreams, blocked dreaming. We're going to talk about visit dreams. We're going to break down some basic symbology and a whole bunch of other really good stuff. Understand that dreams are the roadmap for your life. You should be analyzing them every single night. And if you're the type of person that says, I don't dream, that is not scientifically possible. You absolutely do, but you have blocked dreaming and you need to unblock. Okay. So we also cover that in the curriculum. What else do we have going on? The new class. How about we pop that up? Thank you so much, Diana. It's like you're psychic or something. Self-development and light work. So I have a brand new class. Registration just opened today, called Self-Development and Light Work. This has been a long time coming. It's been requested for about 15 years. They just haven't really gotten around to it. A lot of people get into Reiki, tarot, psychic mediumship, the healing arts in any capacity. They get into it and they think, oh my God, this is my calling. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to build a ministry. I'm going to have a client base. I'm going to be able to get out of the rat race and do this full time. And then they don't understand why nothing is happening. Or you're building a following and then you have really long dry spells. I am going to, in this class, break down the 4 key reasons why it happens, because I also, as a light worker, have gone through it, of course, and I watch thousands of students and clients go through it constantly, and we're going to talk about how to fix it, okay? Because just because things didn't launch in the way that you thought they would, thank you for the hearts on TikTok, it does not mean you don't have a calling, and it does not necessarily mean you should be giving up, okay? We just sometimes have to tweak things a bit. So self-development and light work, being ready for the call, is the name of the class. Registration is now open, and we're going to run this May 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. This is also available through, video download once it's published, or you could do online with the group of us. And you can register at ivyrivera I think that's everything I wanted to announce, isn't it? Oh, guinea pigs. I need guinea pigs. So it is guinea pig season. For those of you who have worked with my students before and you really look forward to this, or you've worked with our tarot students or Reiki students, whatever, I have designed a guinea pig list, an official sort of database of volunteers. And these are people I can call on an as needed basis, so that I'm not constantly having to post and fish and go through the comments and wait on people. It gets a little exhausting. Okay. So I've opened up a list for anyone who wants to be a permanent guinea pig, a permanent volunteer. What you're going to do is email me at rev, like Reverend, Okay, REV, Ivy Rivera at Yahoo, and put a little guinea pig emoji in the title, and I'll get you added to that. And for those of you who have been requesting, are your students doing readings, yes, I just posted it the other day. I haven't even responded to everyone yet, so there's still time. Go ahead, jump in the comment section on the last post I made about looking for guinea pigs. My psychic mediumship students are ready to start reading the public now, like next week, literally, okay? And then we'll be doing this for a few months, pretty much every single week. What's Nicole talking about? What looks easy? I don't know what I'm choking on. It's spring here in New York, and there's like a lot of stuff in the air. Something down here in the house is like, I don't know if I'm having an allergic reaction. I was perfectly fine, but now that I'm sitting here, maybe it's you guys. Maybe it's the first message. Let's get the show started so I can get the shit out of the way, because sometimes I'm picking up on you and like a throat chakra issue or something. I don't know. I don't want to color it. Was that it for messages, Diana? Oh, the new shows look easy. They're fun. I think that's part of it. Hopefully it does look easy. I don't know where it's going, so I hope it stays that way. Thank you. Camilla said from TikTok, hold up, are those granite urns? Yeah, let's talk about that weirdness, huh? So this is the new spot. You guys requested to see more of the house, the 1882 Victorian Funeral Home. By the way, we are on the Haunted History Trail of New York State, the Historical Trail of Chautauqua County. So you can book your historical tour. You can come sleep here for a haunted sleepover experience with up to 25 of your friends. You can also book your ghost hunt. So this place was abandoned for 16 years before I took it over a couple years ago. And some of this furniture, these two pieces right here, were mine, but everything else that you ever see in here was abandoned, including this weird freaking thing in the middle. This thing, okay, I was told this is where the coffins, because when this was a funeral home, the coffin would have been behind me, and this would have all been seating. Now I call it living room number 1, okay? So this thing that these urns are on rolls, you would have put a casket on top of it. And I don't honestly know what these things are. Some people think they're urns. I have a ton of them. They're abandoned all over the house, in the garage. And I thought these two were really pretty, so I brought them in here, and I'm using them as a creepy decoration in the living room. But the lid lifts off and it's empty. I don't believe it's an urn. I think it's a sample. Ow, we're not doing that, miss. You can come up here and sit with us, please. Come join us, mama. I think it's a sample of an above ground grave. Not a mausoleum, but like an above ground grave. And yeah, there's quite a lot of them, just oddly, around the house. So I'll have to do a tour one night. I'll have to do a live show where instead of like, answering your questions about life, I'll just answer your questions about the house, and I'll go through and show you all the creepy stuff and through the garage and stuff. I think that'd be fun. If I get feedback, you guys let me know if that's something you would enjoy. We could just spend like an hour meandering through all the weird stuff. Yeah, the walls are packed. Every room is packed. There's stuff everywhere. And never a dull moment. Okay, so if you're looking for a genuine paranormal experience, join us. And again, all that is also up on the website. Okay, we ready to start, Diana? I think we're good. Okay, thank you for the hearts on TikTok. You want to come up here, Ezzy? Make up your mind, mama. Come. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Arawak. This is Something Unexpected is Coming Your Way. I'm going to tell you what and when. Be patient with me. This is the second time I've ever done this show, and it's the second time I've ever done this type of reading. But we ran a test show a couple weeks ago, and you guys gave it a ton of really great feedback, and Ezzy agrees. And so you wanted to see it added to the 2026 show lineup, so that's what I'm doing, and this is our official first show. So what you're going to do is drop a $10 donation and then wait your turn. And I will let you know what is coming up for you and when I predict it happening. Okay, we are also here on TikTok and Instagram. Diana, my beautiful producer, is going to be posting the instructions on how you can drop your donation because we aren't able to pin anything and we don't have a description box. But if you're here on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, it's all in the description box. All right. So also let Diana know if you guys have any questions about anything. Let's go ahead and get into this today. Who do we have first? Melissa? Subia? Melissa Subia. What unexpected thing is coming Melissa's way and when? 3 weeks? Money? I don't know if this is money in the sense of, I mean, I heard like almost like a check, like it's coming through like a check, but it isn't coming through in such a manner where it's repeated. All right. So we may not be looking necessarily at something that comes through repeatedly, like a work check or a monthly, something you can necessarily count on a regular basis. But this does feel like some type of significant chunk of change in a payout. So I would expect an increase around that time with your resources. I also feel like if you're trying to get rid of any type of debt, or you're trying to unload something, you're trying to get like a monkey off your back, or you're trying to be like, okay, well, if I have these resources coming in, I'm going to put it toward this, and I can stop thinking about this thing, that I need to deal with. And that's what it feels like. It feels like it comes in and it lends the opportunity for relief, but you have to use your free will to make that happen. I also feel like someone is coming in and trying to upset you. It feels like, I want to say 2 days out from now, 4 days out from now, and 2 weeks out from now, some male is trying to, I heard, get your goat. I don't even use that phrase. I'm not sure who is this. Feels like if you had like a cousin who passed, he's almost got like uncle brother type energy, but this feels more like a cousin. Okay, I've got a gentleman watching out over you who's he was a bit of a pit bull when he needed to be. He was a fun guy. He may have drank a little too much. He was a little out of control. I'm hearing like live fast, die young. But when someone crossed a line either with him or with someone he loved, he was a pit bull, and I pity the fool who crossed that line. He wants you to lean into that part of yourself a little bit more. If there's someone who's trying to come in and get your goat, or there's someone who's trying to come in and upset you, this person may be younger. They do feel immature. This could even be like a child or someone who acts childlike, and they're trying to just stir the pot, get your attention, get you to lose focus, and drain your energy. So they're a vampire. Okay, so protect yourself also around that time. Thank you, Melissa. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Next up is Missy. Is this Calvillo? Missy Calvillo? Missy Calvillo. What unexpected thing is coming her way and when? 5? Mm-hmm. At 5 weeks, you seem to be offered some type of a promotion. I'm not saying that you're taking it. It's going to be up to your free will, but it feels as though elements of it could be very, I heard, flattering to you. You have a grandmother coming through, mom's side of the family. She's talking about 2. So I may be going back a generation. But she's talking about, okay, there are 2. So great and first generation. There's talk here of this being flattering to you in a way where Like, it's flattering to feel appreciated, I think is what they're trying to say here. This is something that can boost your ego. It can make you feel recognized, and all of that is great. But it could also end up being a bit of a situation where, if you look at the figures, if you look at the contract, if we look at the actual numbers being offered here, you're like, I don't need flattery, babe. I need to see a raise in this offer and add tax. And while you're at it, I have other bidders out here. So who's my highest bidder? And it may seem as though that's arrogant or egotistical, or like, I don't actually have these other offers, and so I don't want to jeopardize this one coming in. But you need to play the part. So it's almost like perform as though you do, in order to, manipulate the situation more in your favor. Because, also they have it to give. They have it to give. Like, we're not going to play this game. They are able to offer you more. And you're not looking for someone to come in and blow rainbows and butterflies up your rear end, and to make it seem like, you've been watched and you're appreciated, and, oh, wow, I think what you do is amazing. It's like, then prove it. Okay. Prove it through actions. So words aren't going to mean a whole heck of a lot here. The contract looking sharp really does, though. And that can happen. Just have your negotiating hat on. And if you choose to turn it down, what they're saying is, just so be it. You'll have another offer between 5 and 7 months out from now coming in. So it's really whatever works for you. But you are on a roll. Like, right around that time, like, you get on a roll. Things are moving and fluid. What is in motion stays in motion for you. Law of attraction, is activating here significantly. I feel really good about this. Have a good time. Thank you. We're going to move on to another one. Next up is Anna-Pekka. Anna-Pekka. What unexpected thing is coming Anna's way, and when? Okay, 3 days, the phone rings. 3 weeks. Who is this? 3 days. Why are you putting it there? Who is this? You hear the drum going off? Do you hear that drum beating? I don't care for this person coming in here. Okay. Native drumming can often be a warning. You agree? As he agrees. Okay. Let me get to the first part of this message. In about 3 days, you seem to be getting a phone call. This could be anybody. It doesn't have to literally be the phone. This is just symbolic of like an email, or, somebody, texting. Someone's reaching out to you, and they're trying to get you to engage with them, and offering you what feels almost like camaraderie or partnership, and saying like, do you want to work together? I can build you up. I have a lot to offer you. I'm where it's at. It's kind of like, you definitely want to meet with me, and you seem to be like, that's interesting, because, I've been trying to get things like this going. And you may feel as though it's a sign from the universe, like, oh, the things I've been manifesting, are starting to come to fruition, which is fine. That's great. Maybe to a degree that's true. It is. You are getting things in motion, but this may be someone who talks a big game and likes to hear themselves talk, and likes to talk about future things and future planning and all these great opportunities, without actually having orchestrated how, this would play out. It's disorganized, or it's not organized like at all. Like, there may be no real foundation there, okay, based on what they're saying. And so it really feels like you may want to be selective at this time about who you entertain, because every time you give your voice, your time, attention, affection, energy to anyone, you should be getting it back. It should be reciprocal, right? Like, we shouldn't really be winging this and be like, oh, I hope I hope they're right, you know? So I don't know, you know, it's up to you, but I just feel something potentially really falling flat there, really falling flat. And you're like, okay, granted, I only lost a couple hours of my life, but like I could have been getting a manicure or something, right? Now, 3 weeks out from now, I don't like this person coming through trying to reach out to you. You have a male trying to come in and get your attention. The freaking drum is beating. I am not crazy. Who heard that? Who heard that? The cat came over. You know how it is when Ezzy validates a message. Okay, so someone's going to be reaching out to you around that time. You may already have them blocked. They're nutty, and I would not participate. Okay, this is somebody who thinks they're Mr. Romance over here, and he's a clown. It's freaking clown shoes all over the place. All right, let's move on to someone else. Thank you, Anna, who is next. Yes, you hear the drumming? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not good. Edgar Velardes. Edgar, what unexpected thing is coming Edgar's way and when? 5 weeks, between 5 and 6, and then it peaks at 7. So this is like a progressive thing, 5 to 6, and then peaks at 7. These are all weeks. So 5 to 6 weeks out from now, somebody's coming to you, they're offering you something, they're in a more casual way saying like, let's have a meeting. Maybe this is a meeting, but it's like casual, like we're eating donuts or something. And it's like, you know, this is kind of a fun meeting. I mean, it almost doesn't feel like a meeting. However it ends up playing out, it's essentially where something's being offered to you and they're wanting your feedback and they're asking you to lock down some of your, it's like they want your inheritance. I'm hearing they want your inheritance. What does that mean? You have a grandmother coming through, red flower in the right side of her hair. Latina, very beautiful, kind of busty and like flower shirts, flower dresses, flower everything, you know, flower everything with her. Very tan skin, beautiful, bright eyes, real like, you know, kind of like, you know, round and I mean, as we may think eyes are round, okay, but they're really not. They're kind of more almond, okay? So that may sound ridiculous. Yes, eyeballs are round, okay, but most like around eyes, they don't tend to be that way. She's sort of like round eyes, almost like moon eyes, you know? And like very expressive through her eyes. Everything shines through her eyes. She's keeping an eye on you, and she says that you are, I don't want to say this, your inheritance is what you have accomplished through many, many years of hard work, including turmoil, right? Labor, blood, sweat, tears, the last 5 years. So this is about you spending a lot of time and effort putting together a certain life for yourself. And these people are coming in between 5 and 6 weeks and saying like, we want a piece of the pie. Okay. We want to be able to reap some of these benefits, and that's fine. That's good, but it needs to be your way. And she also wants to just remind you to not be, it's almost like too greedy. So, you know, be realistic. Not to say that you aren't already, but be realistic about like the numbers that are out there. So, for example, you know, this feels like a job promotion, job opportunity. You can look at other people in a similar position and understand what they get paid, and then understand what you want to get paid, and then sort of negotiate, you know, that way, but without pushing it too far. Okay, because we also don't want to lose this opportunity. And at 7 weeks, we have a level up coming in with this. Beautiful. She loves you very much. Thank you, Edgar. We're going to move on to another one. Flugari said, I like donut. I love donuts. They almost look like the powdered ones, like doughboys. They almost look like doughboys, or like, I don't know, powdered donuts, little ones. Yum. Okay, Lindsay and Velocity from TikTok also okay, you also hear the drumming. Thank you. Because I'm like, if that doesn't pick up on the audio, I'm gonna be so irritated, because that is like, that's major. Okay, that's you see, there's no one behind me. Okay. Wild, absolutely wild. Confirmation to be careful. Thank you for confirming I'm not nuts. Marade is next. Marade. What unexpected thing is coming to Mairead and when? What unexpected thing? 2 to 3 days. Somebody seems to want to, I heard sweet talk you and like push a relationship, but it didn't come in that order. So push a relationship, it goes backward. Like they know they can't have it. So between 2 and 3 days out from now, okay, and I'm feeling more half your guides talk about the third day, and you've got other spirits here talking about no, definitely by the end of the second day, something like that. So I don't know if you're feeling it and then it happens because it's like not real. But when someone is about to reach out to us and we energetically connect with them, it is real energetically. They're literally about to do it, even if it takes a minute for it to happen in real time. So it's like, it is real, but it's in you and through the energy. And then they do. And then they are going in reverse with this message. So they're trying to pressure you into some type of a relationship dynamic, okay, that they want to have with you. And that could be a situation where maybe you don't want to give them all the time they want from you. Maybe you don't want to commit to something where you're investing in the conversation, the relationship energetically, but they seem to be asking for a lot of your time, attention, energy, and affection. And you're like, well, now wait a minute, because I'm trying to slow my roll. You may want to give to them. I'm not saying maybe you don't want to put all your cards on the table and put your heart on the table with it and like have it, but not to. You know better. You've learned, maybe from the last time this happened with them, even you've learned. Okay. So you're trying to kind of pull back. I heard hold your horses from a grandmother here and an aunt who may have smoked or had a cancerous condition also. And they're keeping an eye, they're like, pull back, pull back, pull back. They're reminding you to pull back. So your ears may be ringing during that time. This is about, how do I want to say this? This is about you. Okay. Every relationship is just a reflection of you. It's there as a mirror for you, about you. Every single thing that happens over the course of your life is really about you. Okay. You're the star. This is your movie. This is your life. Everything is showing you something about you. And if you lose sight of that, you could overreach and think it's like about this person or a connection or, a relationship opportunity or whatever. And then we lost the plot. So I think what's happening here is that this person sort of knows that you have boundaries or limits up and they're sweet talking you. And it's like, really interesting. I don't know what you want to, I don't know what you want to do with that, but very interesting. You seem to be sought after here pretty heavily. All right. So enjoy it at the very least. Thank you, Mairead. We're going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Velocity. Velocity is next. Velocity. What unexpected thing is coming to Velocity and when? I heard 2 days. Be careful in 2 days in like traffic, for example. Be careful with your vehicle or whatever mode of transportation you typically use. Just make sure that everything is like working. Okay. Make sure if there are like repairs and things that need to be made or there are mishaps with transport, mobility in your life in general, at that time that you're dealing with it ahead of time. Like not ignoring things so that they don't have to come to a head. But there is this sense here of chaos and conflict potentially coming in. So this could be you surrounded on that day, not just in like traffic, but like this is symbolic also of like wherever you go, you are dealing with crazy people, crazy behaviors. We had, what was this, 7 planets in Aries in April. We're still in the effects of this. That's the planet of war. That's Mars. It's ruled by Mars. I think a lot of astrologers said, correct me if I'm wrong, it's never happened before, so they don't really know what the results are, but it's creating movement, which is great. But it's creating also speed. Okay. And then people who are unstable are acting crazy and looking for a fight, So I'm not saying they're looking for a fight with you, but if they're acting crazy and paths are crossing, you could find that on that day, there's just chaos. It's almost like, where can I go to avoid this? And you can't really just go home and hide under the covers on that day. It seems like you need to be out and about. And so there's just a lot of talk of being mindful, where you stay centered, rooted and grounded, deal with people minimally, drive minimally, go out minimally. Okay. And then when crazy things are happening, if you could be more mindful that there's a whole vibe and a tone, where it's crossing your path a lot, that whole day, you could be a little bit slower and more prepared. It's like precautionary. I think that ultimately it doesn't have to be a big deal, but if you're going about your day like everything's great, everything's fine, I'm living in a world of my own, and you're not fully aware of your surroundings, it could hit heavy from many, many angles, and you could get tied up in some drama you simply don't need to be tied up in. Okay. And hit some delays you don't need. Thank you, Velocity, which is kind of funny that that's even your name. I find that interesting. Okay. Thank you. Vanessa Dempsey is up next. Vanessa Dempsey. What unexpected thing is coming Vanessa's way and when? 3 days out from now. It seems like someone's trying to give you, I heard, a sweet treat. There's a lady coming through here, watches over you in a sisterly way. Okay. But I feel like this may be more like aunt energy. She is keeping an eye on you, making sure that you stay optimistic and that you keep things fresh and young and new, like your vibe, feeding your inner child, keep it uplifted, always exploring, always excited, always curious, for something else, something new. It feels like someone is coming, male energy, offering you something to either eat or like a sweet treat or like complimenting you and saying, I'm gifting you this thing. And you seem to be taking it a little reluctantly, saying, if I take it, what's the catch? Or if I take it, are there strings attached? Or, this person has a way of offering things to me when they want something back in return. And, it's important when dealing with people like that to know you control whether they get something back out of you in return or not. We should be at this stage in the game, in the relationship, we should be giving things more unconditionally. We should be offering love for the sake of being loving, right? Not manipulative, with a dog eat dog mentality, a hustle mentality. And you can always hustle the hustler by being like, thank you so much. I appreciate this. I think I will take this. Good luck getting anything back out of me, And I think it's something you would never do. Like I would never normally do that, but I think I will. Thank you very much. It's almost like you're teaching someone a lesson. And I'm not saying you have to accept it at all. You don't have to get involved in this at all. But I would be very mindful about the way people offer you things. Okay. How it feels. Is it authentic? Is it transparent? This person also seems to really think that maybe you need it. And you seem to have evolved a lot lately. Definitely, you've been doing a lot of work on yourself in recent months, but this feels like a 2-year period of time where you've come out of a place where you need things like that. So they may be like, here, let me drop you this crumb. It'll seem like a huge offering. And you're like, really? a crumb. Wow. Whatever would I do without this? Almost like having a very different reaction from what you would have in the past, where you would have been almost robotically consuming it, and being like, well, have an attitude of gratitude, count my blessings. So there's something interesting happening here. This doesn't necessarily just have to come at that time from one person. Okay. This could be several offers that are coming to you where people are thinking they're flattering you with something and you're saying, my standards are higher, or I'm going to wait on a better offer, or no, thank you, I really don't need it anymore. So it's a reflection of where you are and how you've grown. Okay. Some of this could also be financial. Very interesting. Thank you, Vanessa. We're going to move on to another one. Nicole W. Nicole W. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Nicole W. Nicole W. 5 weeks. Is it from here? So 5 weeks out from now, you have an offer being given to you that feels financial. We're talking like a promotion, pay raise would be involved in this. This could also be some type of title expansion, or you having an opportunity to work with other people in a way you haven't before. So I like all of that. In particular, the experience that can come from this could be beneficial long term. Okay, like I can roll this into other things. I can network more. I do think, though, it's coming from the past. So even though we see it coming in, and it's also from your free will zone. All right, so it's coming in and it's up to you whether or not you accept it, of course, but it's also a little negotiable on what they offer. All right. So there are many hands in the pot. Okay. When I see something coming from a free will zone, I can't give 100% guarantee on what it's going to look like. I just know it's coming or what you'll do with it. Okay. But it is connected to something from the past. Now, you could read this as, well, I wanted this in the past. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. I wanted this in the past. I'm happy this is here. You could also be reading it as, this was something I'm familiar with, or I was already working with these people, or I know this situation. I know these people, and it's coming back around again. So there's some sense here of unfinished business, renewal, revisitation. And I feel good about it. I just do wonder if you're in a bit of a different place than you were even 3 months ago. You seem to be in a growth spurt right now. It's almost like I'm growing rapidly. And as I grow, you are also then outgrowing a lot of things. And it's up to you what you do. I think it's interesting. I think it's definitely something worth examining. I really like the element of you being able to experience some new things so that you have new material to work with going forward. Thank you, Nicole. We are going to move on to another one. Who do we have next? Mackenzie Mooser. Mackenzie Mooser. I always feel like I'm saying your name wrong. I don't know. Let me know. Mackenzie. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when for Mackenzie? 8? Is it weeks? Weeks. Do you want to sign it? 8 weeks, a new contract? Oh, this doesn't have to literally be a contract. I guess this could be verbal, but if you're looking at something like a new vehicle, transferring maybe from one vehicle to another, anything in this vein, we could be talking about literal contracts. You would have to. Okay, that would be a literal contract. But you may also be looking at, it feels like someone coming in trying to get you to join something, almost like a club or a group or a class. And if you've been looking to do something where you're advancing, or Spirit's saying furthering your education, training, certifications, even if this is a hobby, I wouldn't want you to read it as though it like has to be work related or money related, right? This could be something that you feel enlivens you, enlightens you, um, brings you joy, brings you back, brings you peace. This could be something as simple as like dance classes, okay, or drumming or something like that. But I do feel like there are groups asking you at that time to join them. So we've got contracts, we've got verbal contracts, then we've got group social activity that also feeds your interests and quite possibly an investment like in your career that would be significant. It would put you on higher ground. Okay. Uh, this is something you can use. So whether you're doing it as a hobby and it's uplifting your energy, and then you're able to, through that higher vibration, utilize law of attraction, and then your manifestation is all kicking in, and or you're investing in it and it's like, okay, a new title, a new certification, right? New education, and then you have access, okay, to more resources and opportunities going forward. I love this for you. It's really, really good. So I'm also supposed to say slow your roll, which can mean that like maybe you're thinking right now and leading up to that point, like, I do this, I do that. This is my life. This is my day to day. I'm a robot. I'm part of the machine. I am a machine. This is how it goes. This is what the structure is. You designed it. You can redesign it. Okay. It's a redesign for sure. All right. Thank you so much. We're going to move on to someone else, and then I am going to take a restroom break. I drank like 8 cups of coffee before this. Who do we have next? Lindsay Hines. Okay, Lindsay Hines. Lindsay Hines. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? 7 weeks. If you have a boss who has a way of being a fast talker, a smooth talker, I'm quite the salesman, or so they think. Okay. It's like I could sell a ketchup popsicle to a lady in white gloves. It's like, oh, how you doing, Lindsay? It's like, oh, talking with you, and you'll do what I say and you'll do what I ask and you'll pick up what I'm laying down and you'll automatically move forward with it before I even have to fully propose it. Or, it's like I'm wetting the palate. I'm getting you moving. I'm getting you thinking. And it's like, I'm not that charmed. Okay. Is how I think you're looking at it. You're like, what do you want? I think this person has done this to you before, or you've been in this circumstance before. You may be like, look, I'm no spring chicken. I've been around the block. You know what I mean? Take the charm and shove it and show me the money, or tell me when this is going to happen, or don't ask me to do anything until you have paid up on the debt. It's that type of a response I see coming from you. At least that's what's being recommended. You could do what you want with this, but I think as this person comes in here, it's important to understand a couple different things. If you have an attitude of passivity, or like, I'm just happy to be here, I'm just lucky to be here. If you have that attitude, you're going to get paid out in the direct amount from that attitude. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can't speak on this message. It's almost like you're going to get what you think you are. You're going to receive only within the bounds of what you think you're worth. And and you're being reminded that your worth. And within this current system and outside of the current system, right, you could get more. So when this person comes to you, you need to be unenthusiastic and wanting proof and unwilling to do anything without that type of agreement, okay, in place. Also, No. The second thing is that this person actually does have a lot to offer. And so it's kind of got you between a rock and a hard place because you're like, shit, I should, it's like, do I want to be a team player? Redefine team player, maybe, redefine like your worth and all of this. It's time to play the game a little bit different, is how I feel about it. And this person does have a lot to offer, but you know what? People who are stingier, they never give it up. Who cares? Who cares? Somebody having a lot to offer never equates to them actually offering anything until you have pattern proof of getting it from them. Okay. No crumbs, no crumbs. I have to use the restroom and I have to turn up the heater. So if you guys could give me like 3 minutes, thank you for being patient. I will be right back. Okay. All right. Are we still good on all these? Perfect. Nicole Whitehead said, thank you, Ivy. I can confirm the growth. I recently walked away from people not growing and everything opened up for me. Huge, huge. This is so when I'm always like, every time the bus stops, somebody's got to get off in order for a new door to open, another door has to close. This is what I'm talking about. This is the sacrifice. This is the detoxing. You let go and the new will come in. So many of us hold on because we have no guarantee about, what may come to replace. Good for you, Nicole. So exciting. Vanessa is also giving feedback. She said, thank you so much. Definitely thinking differently lately. Love that. Everything starts with our thoughts. Everything we want to manifest and change starts with the thoughts. Beautiful. All right. Are we ready? Do we have more? Okay. Thank you, Diana. Okay. Is this Shauna Dempsey number 2? Oh, I'm sorry. I did Vanessa Dempsey. Okay. Never mind. Shauna Dempsey. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Shauna Dempsey. Shauna Dempsey. You ever talk to someone and it's like talking in circles? As he's confirming, it's like they're talking in circles. And because they're talking in circles, They're forcing you to go in a circle. Oh, big yawns. My goodness. Come on up here. Join us, mama. Come, 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 come. So I see you dealing with someone 3 weeks out from now. This is some type of negotiation where maybe you're dealing, this is definitely shared resources, or this is like financial based. There's resources, money being discussed. Okay. And what seems to be happening is that this person believes from experience, from patterns, tons of proof, that if they talk nonsense enough, if they rephrase things enough, if they almost, this is almost gaslighting enough, they will tire the other person out. And that person will either simply agree or drop out of the conversation. And then, oh, good, I just get to have my way. Whatever it is, they are planning on this working. And I think they've met their match with you. You have a way of being like pretty cutthroat and saying, this is at least what's being suggested, okay? Saying early on, you already said that, or we already covered that, or we're not reviewing that again, or that's not what I agreed to, or that's not what I said, or that's not what you said, whatever it is, you're calling it out. And you're showing in that moment that as soon as it shows up as a problem, not the second or the third or the fourth time, which is what this person thinks is going to happen, around, 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 around we go. Let's get on this, nothing like 2 hamsters on a wheel to make everything even nuttier, right? You are at the first sign of it, calling it out. And it's just like pulling out my chair. I'm getting ready to get up, picking up my purse, getting ready to go. Where are my keys? Where are my sunglasses? You've got 2 seconds to correct yourself or I'm out of here. And there's this power energy you're giving off, like they won't be able to get you back, if they don't come correct quickly. So, you're, again, this is the second time I got this tonight. It's like hustling the hustler. I always say there are 2 kinds of people in the world: those who are hustling and those who are getting hustled. And at some point, those that get hustled all the time figure out how to play the game. It doesn't make them a hustler, but they can if they need to. And if they ever need to turn the tables, they will. And this is what I see you doing, becoming. And this can work in your favor. But I have this sense that you already have the power. Oh. Huh. You do already have the power, because why else would they need to do this? Anyways, long story short, okay, I'm going to wrap it up with this. Don't forget you have the power. Don't get had. Don't clown around. Round and round we go. Not today. The first sign of it, call it out immediately. Get the upper hand, okay? It'll all work out in your favor. All right, we're going to move on to another one. What do we have next? What's up, Ezzy? You don't want to sit? Kim Miller, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Kim Miller. I'm getting 3 and 5. It seems like something that came up 3 days ago is coming up in 5 days. So this is a continuation. Spirit called it a project, jokingly. My feeling with this is that you want to wrap something up. This could be financial based, resource related. This is about wanting to get on with it, like get on to a new chapter, like let's get this stuff like signed, done, filed, whatever, like over with, okay? And I have you being pleasantly surprised about the way it works out, even though 3 days ago, you may have been feeling a little down and out about it. So some things right now are being worked out But in the next 48 hours, you have a window of opportunity to manifest. So if there's anything you're working on, hoping for financially, career-wise, resource related, literally anything, I want you to make a list of how you want that to look. You're not asking, you're not hoping, you're not praying, you're not being pacifistic about it. It's specific. This is what I'm claiming. And this is the open window of opportunity for the next 48 hours for you to pull that in closer to you. Okay. After that, the window is shut and it becomes, set. I feel good about this. What I like the most is that you seem to bounce away like a little fairy. You're like a little sprite. You're like, boing, you just bounce out. Once this is done and you're like, I'm free. And it's almost like it's springtime. You can finally, the robins are there and they're singing and, you're like, I feel it now. Like I'm feeling life. Like the sun is shining on your face. You want to dance, you want to party, you want to have a good time. And you are hitting the ground running, which suggests that whatever this is not only loosening you, but it's propelling you. So the circumstances are now removed, but also off you go. Okay. And it's like activation. I mean, it's pretty wild. It's really fun energy. Okay. Coming from you. So enjoy. All right. Thank you, Kim. We're going to move on to another one. Sprinkles 777, AKA Chaley, said, your house is so gorgeous, Ivy. I love your furniture. Thank you so much. Do you know? So this was abandoned. The couch I was sitting on, the last spot I was recording, was abandoned. Everywhere else was abandoned. I mean, all the other furniture. But this piece, how the hell I don't know how to, okay, there we go. This piece is mine. And this lounge, this chaise lounge is mine. And I felt like it was so destined that I would buy this house because it matches the wallpaper. It matches the furniture that was abandoned. It matches everything. Isn't that crazy? This is like the only two pieces I brought in. Yes, thank you. Come for a tour, Chaley. We would love to have you. Spirit's waiting. Camilla K is up next. Camilla K. Camilla K, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? This feels very romantic based. I'm hearing like boyfriend. So if you have, it feels like a love partner is trying to come in. It's coming from the past. So there is past life history in a karmic way. And past life history, even when it's karmic, can feel very enticing. It can feel like a lot of chemistry, a lot of familiarity, a lot of synergy. When there's history, there is a certain amount of comfort that comes with that. And that includes like sexual energy. And I don't care how bad things ever were. It sometimes just doesn't matter. It's still, there's a pull. There's an attraction there to all those things. Humans love all that stuff. So I feel like with this person coming in, also, I don't know if I gave you a timeline, but I'm hearing 2 days. Okay. And then I'm hearing 20 days. That's oddly specific. This is in free will, so timeline can move a little bit. This person chooses, of course, but I feel like this person is trying to come in with you and reconnect and to get more of your attention. So if this is someone like, have either cut off or like we were talking, from the past, this could also be someone you have just been more limiting how much you're giving or focusing more on yourself. And they're like, I want more out of you. I want the amount you used to give. That doesn't equate to this person being willing to give you more. Okay. I don't think this individual has analyzed, oh, well, if I want X, Y, and Z out of her, I better be able to pay with ABC. No. So this is an individual who's I'm just entitled. I'm just going to grace her with my presence, and I'm entitled to get this, right? So I think what you're doing is, to an extent, ignoring, and then also possibly getting angry. This is where righteous anger comes in. When we realize we were had, or we realize that we were trained up and programmed to give where we shouldn't have in the past. And it's like, I resent almost my own self for ever even doing that, like pigs will fly before I do it again. There could be sort of this anger brewing. You seem to not like to go there, though. You seem to be very like, let's not go there. Let's not go there. And it's like, what? You don't have to go there. Go there. It's part of alchemy, pain to power. It's righteous anger. It's part of your healing and development to identify that you have, been conned in the past, or you have been programmed, which is another con job, to give and overreach and, enable and hold space where people haven't earned it from you and certainly don't deserve it. And it's okay. It's a reflection of who you are now. This is showing you who you've become, where your new boundaries are, and how some people also never grow and never change. And what would have been flattering in the past now feels like a joke. I also think, I'm seeing that meme that says something to the tune of, some people are here on earth to show what it looks like when you don't grow, right? They're cautionary tale. That's it. They're literally here on earth to be stagnant and to set an example of the consequences of stagnation. And that's how I hope you perceive it when this thing happens, instead of like backpedaling and giving, but it's up to you. It's in a free will zone, of course. All right. Thank you. Was that for Camilla? Camilla K. I think I was on. Yes. Thank you, Camilla. And who do we have next? Chaley said, I love restoring furniture or finding older stuff. It's always better. I love the old stuff too. I would, in a heartbeat, buy an old house like this, right? Hundreds of years old. I would rather do this than buy a plot of land and build any day. I have zero interest in anything new. Anything after, I don't know, the 20s starts to like a hard pass for me. Chaley said, I would love that more than anything. LOL. I'm so thankful for the patience that Spirit has with me. Yeah, you should definitely come on down. And anyway, you guys, you can come tour the house, historical, ghost hunts, haunted sleepovers. And again, we are on the Haunted History Trail of New York State if you want to see like videos on the house. And me babbling about, I don't remember what I did in that interview, but there is one. Hazel, aka Miami Heat 305-ish. Hazel, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? It feels like 3 weeks, and it comes up again at 5 weeks. So I wonder if this is a 2-week period, a 2-week process of being sort of offered something. You seem to be examining offers. Now, some of this may come to you, and that's great. That's fine. That's good. But some of it, maybe you like, I heard fielding offers, or you're assessing what else you could do, how else you could build, what else you could expand into, and you're finding some unexpected things. Okay, benefits, wins, possibilities, paths that you could take. So you really seem to be looking specifically at your work and your like residency. This will, of course, affect your day-to-day lifestyle. So that's also incorporated in this, but it's like work and residency. So like, what do I want to be doing? What do I feel passionate about? What pays out the best? And I'm not just talking about like a paycheck or dental coverage. I'm talking about what pays out, what fills my cup, what makes me fulfilled, fulfilled? What lights me on fire? Where do I have fire in the belly? Where do I feel like I'm making a difference? What is in alignment with my life contract? What doesn't drain my energy? Because whenever you're doing work that's in alignment with your life contract, it fills your cup. It doesn't drain you. Work is always exhausting. I don't mean literally, folks, but okay. But there is a passion brewing for something more. And from here to 3 weeks, if you feel as though the universe is like dropping little hints and wetting your palate, and people are popping up, and even people from your past, people are like popping up, or even in your algorithm, showing you things you're like, I would love to do that, or I've thought about that, or I can't believe that just happened because I was just thinking it. And you're like, is, Google in my brain? Because I swear to God they are. But it's like, I didn't even say anything to anybody. And this thing popped up and all I did was just even think about it. Those are all hints to get you ready for what comes between 3 and 5 weeks. Okay. And the moves that you really, I think, would best make at that time. So this is an exciting period for you. You feel to me like you're entering into a period of adventure and discovery. Have a good time. But if you are also feeling some grief, that comes with change and should be honored. And you may also be recognizing that you've outgrown some shoes. And you can't jam your feet into old shoes, okay, that just simply are worn out, don't fit anymore. This could involve some relationships. That's okay. All right, we're going to move on. Thank you, Hazel. Who's next? CJG is next. CJG, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? I have 3 days out from now. It seems like you're really, it's like chewing a lot of gum. Okay. So this could be a situation where you're feeling some level of stress or frustration, and you're trying not to grind your teeth. You're trying not to create bigger headaches for yourself. You're trying to, in a healthier way, process stress. And I don't know that the stress that is going on around that time is necessarily any like one big thing, or that I have a gigantic warning here or anything like that, as much as it is this general feeling of like you may be getting frustrated or impatient or disgusted. Okay. And you're like, like I'm starting to get, like it's starting to build. And so this image of you chomping on like a whole package of like bubblicious gum or something, is like, I'm trying to avoid the stress by almost ignoring it in a way. But a better reaction would be to identify it, figure out the source, and come up with some solutions. Not to say you can control everything, but there's a lot of questioning here about what you can control. What can you do? What is within reach and the realm of possibilities for you? Because it's almost like at that time you're overlooking things. It's very black or white. It's very all or nothing. It's very, left or right. It's like, where's the nuance? Where's the gray? Life is in the in-between most of the time. So for you to be able to take that feeling, that energy, and say, look, I'm going to alchemize this. Okay. I'm going to make it sweeter. I am going to use some techniques that I've picked up recently to reduce my irritation, my stress, and I'm going to process these things one at a time, almost like taking out a piece of paper and writing down, this is happening here. I see 5 different things going on at that time. And you're like, I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm going to write all these things down. And then I'm going to look at the root issue and what I am able to do about it that I'm not currently doing. Some of it could just be changing the way you think. Mind control. Perfect. If we can change the way we think, and in the moment that we do that, a problem literally dissolves, good enough. That is mastery level skill set right there. Okay. Because everything that exists originates with a thought. So once you can do that, you open up the gateway for other things to start coming in as well. All right. Not everything I'm supposed to tell you at that time also needs to be solved or resolved or finished, complete in any way. It doesn't need to be. It's okay. Everything's okay where it is. Okay. But yeah, watch for stress and irritation. I would also just suggest walking, especially on that day. And that may sound like simple, but when we can't process things, or we don't have answers, or we're wanting change, whatever, walk, 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 walk. That's all you need to do. Okay. It releases certain chemicals, puts you in the right side of your brain, which is the intuitive side. It gets you in motion, which puts you in alignment. There's so much happening there. All right. Thank you, CJG. We're going to move on to another one. Chaley said, one of the best gifts I've given myself was fully accepting that the only thing that I can and will ever be able to control is me, myself, and I. Yes, 100%. I agree. There's a time and a place for control, and there's a time and a place to understand when we need to sit back and relax. It's ego mastery is really what that is, because the universe, I like to say, always handles 50% of things and we handle the other 50%. We have to know where that line is drawn. I love that. Thank you, Chaley. Francis Kurtz for coffee. I don't know what that means, but anyways. Okay, Francis. Am I saying that right? Yeah, Francis Kurtz. Okay. Francis Kurtz, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? Well, I see between 3 weeks, 5 weeks, we've got talk of it, but it really peaks at 2 months. So I would say between 3 and 5 weeks. They keep switching it on me. Is it between 3 and 5 weeks, or is it 3 weeks and then 5 weeks? It's both. You may be doing something with like the residency, a remodel, an upgrade, selling, moving, whatever it is. I mean, whatever you want to do. Okay. But this has to do with residency, upgrades. This could, or real estate in any way. This could also be the workspace. So whenever I have residency come up in my readings, we're talking about the 2 places you spend the majority of your time. Okay. So it could be changing your workspace. We have that peaking at 3 and then peaking at 5, I want to say weeks out from now. Then we have 2 months out from now. It looks like an opportunity is coming in for you to partner. So a partnership with a solid contract that could last several years and lead to more advantages. 2 of the same, 1 of different. So 3 in particular that would be valuable coming off of that, and possibly even bringing in outsiders with that part of it. I think it's a really important time for you to get in order right now. 2 different things. What exactly do you want to see? Like, I don't want to call it your 5-year plan. I don't know. We need to go that far, but what do you want to see in your goals right now? Let's just say like even for the next 2 years, because 2 years happens like it was a month these days. Okay. I think that it's important for you to have a better understanding of what you're like ordering from the universe right now. Write down the things that you're claiming, a manifestation list, so that your order to the universe is clear. It is precise. We're not getting any more of this like wishy-washy, willy-nilly, in between, pacifistic energy. I always say, if I went on to Amazon, which I tried never to use unless I'm in an emergency, boycotting. But if I had to, I wouldn't go on and be like, I want cream. Send me cream. No. I would be like, I want this type of face cream. I want to look at the reviews from different companies. I'm looking at certain price points. What are the ingredients? I mean, I would get very, very specific. I don't want cream sent to my house, right? So, it's like you need, but that's what the universe will do. When you're wishy-washy with the universe will either not respond at all and you kind of get nothing but stagnancy, or you feel like a mouse on a wheel, spinning energy. It's like something's downloading, right? It's like waiting to be, charged or unplugged or rebooted. And then it's like when you're specific, that's what you get. And then you can tweak it after that, but that's what you're going to get. So time to think about that. All right. Thank you, Francis. Rachel Del Sala. Rachel Del Sala. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? I want to say 3 days out from now, going into the 4th day. And then this could resurrect it 3 weeks out, but with a different person, different scenario. So maybe the same person with a different scenario. Somebody seems to be trying to get in your vehicle. And this is always symbolic of someone mooching, looking for a free ride, trying to. I just posted a couple days ago on, who saw my post on the snack bandit? Snack bandits? Bandits? Bourbon Bougie? Okay, I love her channel. If you don't follow her on YouTube, go follow her. Bourbon Bougie. She posted it. What is a snack bandit? It's a hobosexual trying to come eventually move into your house. Step number 1 is every time this dude comes over to your house, he eats up all your good snacks. He never brings a bag of groceries, but when he leaves, all your best snacks are gone. Okay, and he uses up like all your toilet paper. He does the X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? And he will eventually be a full-on mooch, looking to live there, da-da-da-da-da. He is using your resources to complement his lifestyle. So even if he like has a job or he has a place to live or whatever, it's a matter of time before he comes in to be a full-time leech off of you. Hilarious. I had flashbacks. I think that what you're going to be dealing with here is someone who has a way of being like, but I'm just a baby, or I'm younger than you, or I'm immature. And it's like, yeah, and they're trying to get in. This is symbolic, right? But they're trying to get into the passenger side of your vehicle. What's that song? Scrub? Is that Salt and Pepper? Who was that? Who's Lefty? Left eye? Anyways, Scrub can't get next to me on this passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at me. It's like a joke. Okay. But the thing is, you have affection for this person. So you're like, I don't know. I mean, I actually see you leaning across the car trying, and it's almost like the universe has just set you up in such a way, like a red flag, like you can't reach the handle. You're pulling a muscle, just trying to reach it, which is a big fat stop it. Okay. No. And so it's up to you. It's up to your free will. But I see you overreaching, potentially enabling, going across the car, like, let me undo my seatbelt and I'm just going to, you know what I mean? And then like, I'm going to reach over here just to let them in. Just one more ride. Just let them have one more. Hell no. Because what's happening here is a warning that you are at this point enabling this individual. And when you do that, it's no longer about you overreaching or not knowing your worth or being out of balance or being a wounded healer or not knowing how to center yourself. It's not even about that anymore. Now the universe takes it personally and it's like you are enabling. And when you enable, you get negative karmic kickback. So the universe says this is punishable, which means you lose the protection of the universe and your blessings are now put on hold until you can correct yourself. So negative karmic kickback can affect negatively every area of your life. And for anyone tuning in, I feel like this is the collective message for the night. I always get one or two. So you are hearing this as a warning to remember that you are responsible and must hold yourself accountable for creating balance in the universe, especially in dealing with other humans. And that means that when you enable, you overreach, you don't hold yourself accountable is one crime. The other one is that you're disrupting their karma. That's not love. That's not helpful. No one will grow. So negative karmic kickback hits every area with a decrease in abundance. That means the opportunities that were previously offered to you may be pulled from the table. That means that things that were going well could start to deteriorate. That means that problems could start popping up like crabgrass. You think you have a stroke of bad luck, streak of bad luck. I'm hitting the skids. What's wrong? What's wrong? We're talking health. We're talking relationships. I can't prescribe or diagnose. I'm telling you, you can't do this anymore. Okay. All right. Thank you. We're going to move on to another one. Shauna Dempsey is just giving some feedback here. She said, thank you. I am coming up to the end of my 2-year custody case. Get out of here. And this definitely describes the situation with my ex-husband. Far out. All right. I am manifesting for you. We all are. Send her some positive energy, please. Beautiful, beautiful Shauna. And thank you for the feedback. If everyone could please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment of any kind, but in particular, if I did give you a reading or something I said is resonating, drop a little bit of a testimonial here so that other people can, figure out whether or not this is something they would like to get for themselves. And if you are on YouTube, please hit the hype button. Okay. And please, everyone, subscribe. Ooh, my ears are ringing. Who is next? This is going to be a nutty one. Jennifer Barone. Good Lord, girl. I went deaf in the left and then I'm going deaf in the right. What is happening? Jennifer Barone. My pen's running out. All this on you. All this on you. All this on you. There's a lot of weight put on you. 4. I don't know. I don't know why Spirit says 4 weeks. Oh, like in this show, I've noticed it. Like they don't say months. Like they'll count everything out by weeks. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. In 4 weeks, you have an opportunity to shed some weight. Now, if you're going on like a health journey and you understand that as being like literal weight, good for you. Okay, that's great. I'm reading this more psychologically, energetically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And physical in the sense of, and I can't prescribe or diagnose, but like physical health. Okay. And what can manifest in the body when we have too much weighted energy on us, pressure, stress, lack of clarity, constant confusion, cycles that keep repeating, and a lack of motion forward. Okay. It builds, blocks, and starts building up in the body is some, physical manifestations. Now, what seems to be happening here is that everything has been put on you. You may feel as though you are someone who has to manage everything for everyone. And if you feel like your brain in recent years has started to like shut down and just be like, no one's home, I'm not here, let the answering machine get it. It's like, let it go to voicemail. I can't do this anymore. There is this sense of disassociation or detachment to such an extent where you're becoming almost like a zombie, or like you're living within yourself, like watching through your eyes. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. It's almost like you're watching your life play out and you no longer feel like you can carry that amount of weight. And so you're not really a participant in the full manner of like thriving, right? And being centered and rooted and grounded and engaging. And all of this changes right about now, peaking at 4 weeks out from now, when what feels like a female comes into your life, or maybe you already know this person, but it almost reads like an older, wiser woman, or, she has this sort of elder energy to her. and is incredibly mature and stoic and full of good advice. And holy shit. And says to you, maybe this is a therapist or something. I mean, if you're debating on going to someone new, or talking to someone who can counsel you in any capacity, I would go for it. Okay. But it feels like what she's doing is helping you reconnect. Also, if you're thinking of getting Reiki around that time, it unblocks some stuff in your chakras and helps you to reconnect. So she helps you reconnect with who you actually are, helps you reconnect with your higher mind, helps you reconnect with your power, helps you to reconnect with your life. It's almost like, okay, now I'm in my body. Now I'm in my mind. Now I'm steering the ship. I'm not as disassociated or detached, or you may have like maybe none of that after that point, but she helps you reconnect. Now, me getting the ringing in the left ear, this has to do with your throat chakra. Also, like, you're putting a karmic ending some karma in regards to your throat chakra. If you have not been seen and heard, if you have struggled to speak your truth, and when you do speak your truth, you feel like it's been disregarded, disrespected, nothing has changed, you may be putting your foot down, putting an end to all that at about 1 month out from now. Anywhere from here to there. This may peak at 3 weeks. That particular point, well, that's when the problem starts. So I don't know how long you can wait on it. I mean, that's when you seem to like nip it in the bud. It's kind of a now or never thing. But the left ear ringing, the tinnitus in the left ear, the grandmothers used to say left for love and right for spite, and that was fairly accurate. The left ear rings, it's mediumship. My grandma would say, well, spirit's calling you, pick up the phone, pick up the phone. Who is it? So you tap in, you listen. The thoughts that come in your head are messages. The songs that pop in your head are messages. The right ear, though, for you is psychic ability. And when I saw you talking to this older woman or this mature female, right, with all this wisdom, I felt almost to a point of pain, the ringing in the right ear, which is your psychic ability, your clairvoyance activating. The grandmothers would say it's spite. It's not necessarily. I mean, it could be a warning. It could be a big opportunity. It's your psychic ability. The right ear is psychic ability. The left ear is mediumship. That's all. Okay. So I have your psychic ability activating. And if you've been feeling the last few years like you've been out of touch with that, like 3 years in particular, you're about to come in hard and fast. Okay. You're back. It just feels like you're back. You're coming back to life. Wow, lots happening. All right. Don't overlook this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And be like, yeah, maybe some stuff is going on. Be mindful and be present. Okay. It is a big deal. It is huge. Yes. Hello. You want to come up here? Ezzy agrees. Ezzy came over to do the booty shake. Okay, so that is her giving love. Apparently cats do that with their butts. They're yes, I know. And her little tooth is sticking out. Just for you, just for Jennifer. Yes, giving love, giving love. Thank you so much. You want to come up here, Azzy? We love you. Okay, we're going to do last call. So anyone who has not yet dropped their $10 donation, please do so at this time. If you can't stay, you don't have to. We will timestamp everything. And once this gets published in about 24 hours, only on YouTube at Ask Ivy the Medium, you'll be timestamped and you can watch it for the first time or go back and rewatch. If everyone could also switch over to my YouTube channel just to give some support, that would be greatly appreciated at Ask Ivy the Medium. It is the best way to support me because TikTok is destroying my channel, like always. Instagram has not added one new follower I've gotten in years. Neither will TikTok. They only take my followers away, and those channels don't pay me. But YouTube does. Okay, so it's the way to support me. I appreciate it very, very much. And if you guys need to book a reading, a psychic fair, or a party, I do work in entertainment, of course. You can go onto my website. I do work internationally, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. All right, we're going to move on to Janet Gomez. I need to hear a message. I've been going through a depression. Okay, well, we'll see what comes up. Janet Gomez. Just so you guys know, this isn't the blessing show. So I don't have I'm not guaranteeing that the message that's going to come through is going to be something, you know what I mean, super exciting. It's just whatever unexpected thing is coming your way. That's what this show is. We do have a blessing show. I don't know when I'm running it again, probably next week. All right, Janet Gomez. Janet Gomez, what unexpected thing is coming Janet's way? Seems like mediumship between the second and the third day out from now, where literally the channels are turning and songs are being played for you. Now, this can also symbolize songs popping in your head, and you're going to need to Google the lyrics. They are directional for you. This could also be when you wake up in the morning and a song is playing in your head, like spirit gave you a song. Also directional. Okay. So look it up, Google the lyrics. I feel like you have also somebody coming in at 5 days out from now, feels like male energy. Someone coming in who's a little bit dominant, who's a little bit focused on creating a deeper friendship with you, or creating some type of camaraderie, sharing. If you have your guard up a little bit with people, maybe not people in general, but this person, okay, take it how it resonates. But if you have your guard up a little bit where you're no one's giving anything away for free. And I'm always hesitant when someone comes in and they really want to be affectionate, or they want to be my bestie, or they want to act like they're really here to help me and uplift. It's for what? What? It's almost a what's the catch type of attitude. And I think that's wise to have with this person, because the issue here is that they're unstable. So it's not to say they're necessarily coming in with strings attached. They certainly know how to cash in when they need something back in return, but they feel immature. They feel chaotic. You know what it reminds me of is people, thank you for the hearts on TikTok, people who have been drinking for a long, long time, and they develop, whether it's early onset dementia or some type of intellectual disorder, or it does a lot of damage. They're not right. They're permanently like that now. They are childlike. They seem like a teenager. They're perpetually 13, 14, whatever age they started drinking, or they get trapped. It reminds me of that type of character where you're their whole life is chaotic. Nothing that they do that works ever sticks. I don't know. I don't know that I want this type of person as a friend, or that I really want help from this individual. I want to put it this way. Be careful passing judgment, because there's a time and a place and a season for everything. And we can all be here on earth to support one another within bounds, and it doesn't mean that everyone needs to be bringing their A game all the time. It's just something to be mindful of. So, new friend, not new friend, I don't know, leveling up in this friendship and relationship a little bit, maybe not. It's up to you how you play it, but I think it could be supportive in some ways. Sometimes those people are funny AF at the very least. And it's I don't know, they uplift my energy, whatever. They're a chaotic mess, but whatever. It makes me feel good. So you may want to be a little bit open, not ridiculously open though, of course. All right, thank you. We're going to move on. Who else do we have? Chaley. Okay. Yes. Chaley. Chaley is next. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? It feels like this is happening now, but it's coming from your free will zone. So what this can mean is that you are currently manifesting something that can come to fruition in about 3 weeks. So if you are looking to build something, if you're looking to create a foundation, if you're looking to have something that allows you to be more creative, have more freedom, almost like be your own boss, this could be the space where you start to pick up the right bricks, I'm hearing, to lay that foundation down in such a way where, now, mind you, this is a lot of work. Okay. This doesn't come with, good Lord, go at it, have at it. Okay. Full speed ahead. But there's this very meticulous way of putting the cement between the bricks where it has to be done just so. The bricks have to be of quality, the cement has to be of quality, the laborer needs to be of quality to know, to use the skills, have the skills to put this together so that the foundation stays. And there's also something about the earth that it's laid upon. So like, I mean, I don't know anything about building houses, but I would assume that even if you had all the right bricks and all the right materials and the right skill set, but you tried to do this on the top of a mountain, it wouldn't hold. Okay. Like you have to have solid soil or foundation even under the foundation. So foundation on foundation. Now that to me suggests that what you're starting to manifest right now is almost like a part 2 or an expansion off of some of what you're already doing. Thank you so much for the hearts on TikTok. And so you are looking for almost like an expansion here, making better, okay, what you have already been investing in, wanting to have now, because you could see the vision clearly, this freedom, this creativity, okay, this mobility. This suggests to me that you could be looking seriously at something like, and maybe even investing in like a new house or, residency in some way where you don't feel like you're wasting your money. But I was going to say more because this is all feeling very resource heavy, work related, career. I would say that this could be entrepreneurship, business ownership, independent contracting, consultant work. Okay. Anything where you have that sort of level of mobility. Really interesting. All right. Be serious. You're the second one I think I got that with tonight where it's like, be serious right now about what you're manifesting because you've been thinking, I want this, I want that, I want this. Well, now is the time. Okay. For you, maybe not everyone, but for you, the universe is working with you right now and we can pull that in. Okay. And get it launched. This is not a dream. Okay. This is you simply knowing what you're in alignment with and where you're meant to go. Another one for Anna Pekka. Thank you, Chaley. Anna Pekka, something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? I don't love giving the health stuff. And of course, I cannot prescribe or diagnose. This is simply my perception of it. But I would be careful with reproductive stuff in the next, I would say up to about from anywhere from 2 weeks out from now to about 6 weeks out from now. I would be careful with bladder. I would be careful with like UTI stuff. I would be careful with reproductive stuff. Just making sure that you are supporting yourself. You're not letting things slide. So there is some activity going on there potentially. The other thing that's coming up for you is, I want to say 7 weeks out from now, it seems like I heard bonus, like a bonus coming in. So 7 weeks out, a bonus. Now this bonus may be somebody coming with, I heard firm contract, but then I saw like, we need to firm this contract up or we need to firm this up. Well, I'm just firming up details. And you have a grandmother coming in here who was very savvy. She was very business friendly or business adjacent. I don't know that she owned anything or ran anything, but she was always like clued in, okay, and helped with some businesses. So she did understand them from top to tail, from the bottom up, like the back of my hand. I could do this. And if they lost me, everything would fall apart for them, you know? So she was like that, everything is hinged upon her. I do think that with her coming in here, she seems slim to me, you know, like slender, or trim. Thank you for the hearts on TikTok. I think that, how do I want to say this? It's almost like you hold the master keys, you know, going into this agreement, this bonus, this contract. It's like you hold the master keys, but they are trying to almost convince you that you don't, or they're trying to show you that they do, or they're just acting. Maybe that's how they always act. I don't know, but they're, you know, just sort of acting like they do. And you are coming in. This is her suggestion, anyways. Go in being very humble. Go in being very much like complimentary, but also cutthroat. And the offer you're sort of like slipping across the table, you know, it feels a little outrageous. I'm seeing Schitt's Creek, where I don't know if you ever watched this, but anyways, you may want to Google the episode. If anyone can let her know what episode, if anyone's a Schitt's Creek junkie, you may know specifically what season and episode this is. But it's David, and what the hell is his sister's name? His sister pretends to be a lawyer. She's got the power pony. She's pretending to be a lawyer. There's an actual lawyer on the other side of the table, but they slip an offer across the table. And when the other lawyer looks at it, she's disgusted. She's just like outraged that, you know, they would dare ask for this amount, and they get it. And anyways, that's what I see happening. Okay. So play the game, be sweet, keep sweet. You know, we don't need any bruised egos or to make this any more difficult than it needs to be, but there is an offer coming in here that looks pretty darn good. Okay. I think that you are also moving into a period of your life because of this and some other things that are going on that's very freeing for you, where it's like, oh, I don't have to think about this anymore. I don't have to worry about this anymore. I don't need to pay that off anymore. I don't need to measure everything anymore. Okay. So I love where that's going for you. Thank you, Anna Pekka. Do we have any more coming in? Or are we at time? Flagurl? Flag girl? Flaguri? Flag girl? Sorry about that. Flag girl. Flag girl? Flag girl. Something unexpected is coming your way. What and when? What and when? The noise, the music, shut it down, shut it down. 5 to 6 weeks. There could be some transition going on with like work, career, who you're dealing with. You know, this could be like, you know, different clients and things like this. There is this, how do I want to say this? There's been some nonsense going on here in the past. There's been some chaotic energy, or maybe like, you know, fun and games or immature energy going on to the past that you seem to want to kind of move out of. I saw a DJ, or I heard a DJ, right, playing all this music, and like everyone's having a good time. And you maybe you were too, but you're not anymore. And so you seem to be coming in and like shutting the party down. It's almost like you pull the plug, boo. You pull the plug on the DJ and the whole party goes down. Without the music, we can't have anything else. So this has been going on to your past, and this is sort of the energy that's approaching, is like you're ready to say no more fun and games. Now, 5 to 6 weeks out from now, going future forward, meaning destiny charted. This should be showing up in your astrology, your numerology, other readings. I don't know, right? It's happening. this is a 100% guarantee it's coming. What you do with it is up to you, of course, but it feels as though you're getting things right. You seem to want to set sail. There's this image of you locking things down in a concrete way so that you understand your schedule better. You understand what you're doing for work better. You understand the trajectory better. You feel more confident in it. You don't know every detail. You're not God. You can't control every single aspect, but you're feeling better about it. It's not looking like shenanigans and fun and games anymore. Like serious energy is placed where serious energy belongs, and everyone is put in their place. I think that this feeling of you wanting to set sail really starts coming to a head around 3 weeks out from now. And that's just symbolic of you feeling like I'm ready for a new life. I've sort of outgrown a lot of things, okay, that I've been participating in. And this could also be happening through rejection in a relationship. So whether you're giving it or you're receiving it, or you're both just sort of doing this with each other, sort of like leaving behind, okay, things that aren't working anymore and moving forward. This setting sail is almost like a sailor going off to sea and just wanting to be the captain of my own ship and have some new adventures and ride some new waves. Like, I'm done with the land behind me. I can't be there anymore. Okay. I feel good about that. But and somebody else got this earlier too. With every level up, with any type of change, even when it's good, we do have a grieving process. And we never talk about that, especially here in America, because we don't even allow ourselves to grieve the loss of humans that were closest to us. There's no time for that. It's work, 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 right? But grief does come with change. So honor it. Allow yourself to recognize it. Thank you. Chaley said, I love that so much. Thank you, Ivy. You're welcome, Chaley. Thank you for being here. And Edgar said, thank you, Ivy. You're so welcome. Thank you, Edgar. Second general reading for Chaley. Okay, let's see what comes up. Chaley. Something unexpected is coming your way. Second for Chaley, what and when? Looks like money dropping into your account 5 weeks out from now. So there could be some unexpected cash coming in here where it doesn't necessarily resolve everything, but it certainly feels good. It can resolve some things, and it could allow you to do a little bit of spending. If you are trying not to spend, I'm not trying to kill your mojo here, you know what I mean? But like, if you've been like, well, I can't, or I have to spend in just this way, or you know what I mean, limiting things, this may be something where you want to celebrate a little bit. You know, sometimes when, what's that word? Don't kick a gift horse in the mouth or put a horseshoe in their face or something. What is that? It's basically like when the universe gifts you something, you know, make sure you know how to celebrate it accordingly. And maybe celebrating accordingly for you is treating yourself to something, okay? Whether it's a piece of jewelry or a little tattoo or a little, you know what I mean? A little piercing or a little, I don't know what, you know, whatever it is. But don't shortchange yourself, because the universe has a way of being like, I gifted you something, now honor me back and get even more, you know, by sacrificing something with a gift, you know? And it's like, just gift, but this gift goes back to you. It's essentially creating a cycle, staying in the cycle, okay, of prosperity and little surprises. This could be money coming in from something like, you know, a settlement, a previous investment. This could just be something. I mean, originally it looked like something from the government, but I don't want to be that specific and like color it, but it does feel like it's pretty official or like legalistic, you know. So nice, very nice. Enjoy. All right, we are going to move on. Do we have anyone else coming in here waiting, or are we at time? Just a reminder, you guys, that when am I back? What is my next show? What's today? I'm so out of it. I want to say Monday. I think Monday is pet readings. Okay, so if you have a living or deceased pet you've been hoping to connect with, I'm going to be channeling them, my pet psychic show. So check it out. Yes, pet readings. Thank you so much. Thank you, Diana. Yes, so I will be back on Monday for pet readings. And if you guys need to book a pet reading or any other type of reading in the meantime, love, relationship, financial, past life, life contract, what did you come to Earth to do, psychic mediumship, okay, anything, it's all up on my website. And I do work internationally. It's a super simple self-booking system. But if, for example, like you're in the Middle East and like I have limited hours available for you, you can always get a video download reading as well. Chaley said, I am treating myself with a trip to New York. I love it. Have a good time. I moved to this area from there. I was in Queens, lived in Manhattan a little bit, Long Island, Connecticut. I was sort of all over there. Love New York. Miss New York. All right. And we have Flag Girl said, I am so ready. Yes to grief. Thank you. I love your technique. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm happy to see that change for you. Jennifer Barone said, Ivy, wow, so on point. I can confirm all of it with a capital all and an exclamation mark. Thank you, Jennifer. I'm happy to see this change for you. Also, lots of good fluidity going on here with everybody. Anna Teresa said, yes, I remember your grandmother. I remember this reading. Yes, my grandmother owned she did own her own business. Damn. She owned her own business and invested heavily in, okay. She was also tall and slim. Yeah, she's a powerhouse. Wow. What a lady. Very interesting. Thank you so much for that feedback, everyone. And yes, don't forget to register. Registration just opened today. I would recommend this if you're debating on starting light work, launching your own side hustle, getting into Reiki, any type of tarot, psychic mediums, or if you're already doing it. Okay. But this class has been about 15 years in the making. It's called Self-Development and Light Work. Being ready for the call. If you think you have a call on your life to do light work, and then you got out there and you started doing it and you're face planting, or you have really long dry spells and you don't know why, I'm going to break down the 4 key reasons why it happens and how to fix it. Registration is now open. Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. This is going to run May 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you can't join us live online, you could just get the video download, but I'm looking forward to that. Okay. I think we are in Dreams class is Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. Register for Dreams class. One of my favorites. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you, Spirit. And I will see you guys back here on Monday for my pet psychic show, channeling your living and deceased pets. And Ezzy's ready to go outside, so we're going to wrap it up. Thanks, guys. Love ya. Danielle said, hi, Ivy. I sent a donation through Venmo. Is there still room for me? We're going to have to use you next time. I got to wrap it up, okay? But we will either give you a credit or we can reimburse you, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you, Diana. Hold on, Mama. I'm on my way.